Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So, it seems like every other day we see new polls released that are very favorable to Donald Trump and that are very unfavorable to the unpopular occupant of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Joe Biden. And what we are seeing here is that when you analyze the polls, not just nationally, but in the swing states, because that's what's going to dictate this election. It's going to be Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada. And there's going to be a few other states that are going to be close and competitive, but they're probably going to go one way or another. Either way, the swing states are important. That's what this election is going to come down to. And Joe Biden is extremely unpopular in the swing states, especially where they care about issues more like the economy and plenty of other issues where Joe Biden is extremely underwater. And there was a poll or a set of polls that came out from Bloomberg / Morning Consult, which has not historically been a very favorable pollster to Donald Trump, but they polled every single swing state, and it shows Donald Trump is up big, and when you add the third parties in the mix in every state except for Michigan, they end up helping Donald Trump or they are neutral. But Georgia, Trump by 7, Pennsylvania, Trump by 3, Michigan's dead heat, Wisconsin, Trump by 1, Nevada, Trump by 3, Arizona, Trump by 4, and North Carolina, Donald Trump leads Joe Biden by 9 percentage points. So already right here, you are seeing a shift to the right across the board, which is very good news for Donald Trump. But furthermore, you have to understand what's driving this. What about the issues at large? Because we talk about the economy, and it's important that we look at Biden's approval on the issues because it keeps getting worse. He's down nationally by almost 15 points, and he's below Donald Trump at this stage of Trump's presidency. He's below where Obama was. He's far below where Bush 2 was. But you look at the economy on that issue, and we could pull this up, and it will show that on the economy, he is down by 21 points. On foreign policy, he's down by 20 points. On inflation, he's down by 29. Crime, he's down by 21. On the issue of immigration, he's down by 30 points. I mean, this is embarrassing. Every single issue, he is down by a ridiculous amount. And when you look at the direction of the country, only 25% of Americans say the country is on the right track. That is never a good sign for a president, whether they are an incumbent or whether their party's an incumbent especially. That is not a very good look because a lot of people are not happy with the current state of affairs, and in turn, they want Joe Biden gone. And you could say, well, what about the midterms? Well, that's beside the point. Joe Biden was not on the ballot. Donald Trump also was not on the ballot during the midterms. This is about 2024, where Donald Trump and Joe Biden will both be on the ballot, and they will both be facing off against each other. And this poll that came out was very intriguing because you look at all the issues. And what does it show? It shows what's driving the Trump surge, the economy. Donald Trump presided over a very good economy. He added a lot of jet fuel to the economy, and up until COVID, the economy was the greatest that I think we've ever seen, especially in my lifetime. But even after COVID, Donald Trump was starting to get the country on the right track to a certain extent with all the reopenings, and then Biden comes in with his ridiculous spending bills, and he held back the economy quite a bit, and more people were paid not to work. And then you look at what happened there. You see people dropping out of the workforce. It's a total disaster. When it comes to immigration, Donald Trump had a very good immigration policy. Yeah, he didn't get the full wall built. We understand that. But still, when it came to the Remain in Mexico policy, very popular. Biden coming in day one, discarding that. You see a surge to the border. And it's really still happening at ridiculously high rates. You have an invasion on the southern border because you have people pouring in. You don't know who these people are, where these people are coming from. A lot of people are very upset with the way Biden has handled immigration. And as a result, that's an issue that's not helping him. Donald Trump has made his brand around the issue of immigration by and large, surrounding the issues of the economy and immigration, for example. And for Biden to be struggling on both of those issues, it just gives Donald Trump a lot of political ammunition to use to help him out come next year. Also, democracy. Remember, all Biden does is he talks about democracy. But even on the issue, he only leads by 3. And it's like, okay, well, maybe trying to lock up your political opponent for things that either A, aren't illegal, B, he didn't do, or C, Biden has done to a much larger degree. Turns out that that's not very democratic, is it? Of course not, even by their own standards, but they don't live by their own standards. We know that by now, but still, even when it comes to an issue like a democracy, Biden is not beating Trump by a lot on that issue. The issue of abortion is another one, because we see Republicans across the country consistently get decked on this issue because they don't know how to navigate it. It really does seem as if Donald Trump is the only one who kind of has that messaging that doesn't energize the other side. It doesn't mean that he's not pro-life. He is. He has the record, and he said he would overturn Roe v. Wade. I don't think that that was the unpopular thing in and of itself. I think the unpopular thing would be how Republicans have kind of handled the fallout from it, and they just kind of seem to be going all over the place, and it's not really helping them. And you see the pro-life movement as a whole, they haven't been as energized to get people out to vote as well. It's been a big mess, but Trump kind of takes the issue off the table to the point where he's going to be sitting up there and saying, yeah, the other side is the one that's crazy. Look at what they want. They want third trimester abortions. They want abortion on demand, this, that, and the other thing, taxpayer funding. And those policies are not popular no matter how you chalk them up. But because Donald Trump's not out there, saying no exceptions, this, that, and the other thing, his abortion policy very well could be perceived as something that's relatively not that unpopular. That's why Biden is only beating him on the issue by 4 percentage points when Democrats nationwide are winning elections solely by focusing on that issue and nothing else, even if they run awful campaigns like we saw in the state of Virginia. Stock market, Trump up by 20. The stock market was great under Trump. This kind of just ties into the economy. Same thing with gas prices. Trump leads by 20. It is true that the prices have fluctuated a little bit up and down, but it does seem like we haven't seen a sustained drop in gas prices, despite the fact that the pandemic has been over for nearly 3 years now, to the point where it's just like, what exactly is going on with gas prices? Labor and unions. Trump is winning among unions on the union issue. That is kind of crazy because we really don't see Republicans going out there and winning based off of these union issues. But Donald Trump, with his economic populism, is really causing this realignment to take place, especially across middle America. And this poll just furthers that. Also, taxes. Donald Trump leads by 13. Obviously, most people like lower taxes. There haven't really been any major tax code changes that we've seen recently, but nevertheless, Trump's policy is more popular than whatever the Democrats would be capable of doing if they were able to legislate some tax reform, which would be able to happen in a second Biden term, depending on their margins in the House and Senate, which it doesn't really seem like they're going to get the Senate, but it doesn't mean that they wouldn't try to pull something. Also, cost of everyday goods, that ties into inflation. Obviously, Trump's winning that. Interest rates, Trump's winning that. But also Social Security and Medicare, because Republicans have been losing some elections based off of this issue too, because the American people, they like their entitlements. And most Republicans have talked about gutting them, but Donald Trump has kind of positioned his brand around the fact that we need to protect them, and a lot of other Republicans don't exactly have that same rhetoric, but nevertheless, Biden is just beating Trump by 3 on that issue. It shows that Trump is making certain issues like abortion, like entitlements, that Democrats tend to usually have a massive leg up on. He's making those issues non-issues, and then he's focusing on the issues where he can capitalize, like the economy, like immigration, like foreign policy, which wasn't even polled, but I would imagine that Donald Trump would have a massive lead in foreign policy if this was polled. And as a result, what exactly would happen? Donald Trump would go out there and win. Obviously, we have a long way to go. Nobody is claiming that we don't. Nobody's saying it's a guarantee. We know how these things go, but we have to play from behind. We have to go out there. We have to win. because that's all we can do. We have the math on our side. People don't like Biden. People agree Trump is better on the issues. So between now and election day of next year, that's got to be what the Republicans go out there and hammer home. Trump is going to be contrasting his administration with this joke of an administration. And if he's able to do so effectively, yeah, he is going to go out there and he will be the 45th and 47th president of the United States of America. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.